Well, another Warhammer 40k project done. This time, I finally finished the Deathstorm project that was released in the 7th edition. Let me take you on the journey and how I had finished this project and how I had accumulated all the miniatures and all the kit bashing adventures I have to go through just to complete this set. Well, let us check it out, shall we? And roll that intro, please. In order to start this project, I have to do a few things first. Since the starter set is no longer on sale, the only places you can go is eBay. It will be a steep price if I go there, so my first option is to get me the campaign booklet that's included in the starter set. So I have to go to eBay for that to help me out on the guide how to proceed with this project. And here is the image from what I can identify. Do forgive me for the crappy image, but this is the set that I'm gonna have to complete in order to finish this project. So this starter set started around 7th edition. So since that's the time when I start playing 40k and all that stuff, late 7th edition. And here is that Shield of Baal book from the manual. So I just bought this on eBay for a cheap price, and I used this as a guide to get me to my project. So for this campaign book, it's not much, but you'll get general information from this starter set. I believe this is the time when the Tyranid is attacking Baal and they're going to the Cryptus system and all that stuff. They even have a separate campaign. But here are the missions, the tale on this um, operation and all that stuff. The campaign where the Blood Angels are just trying to stop the Tyranids and slowing them down with everything they got. So as you can see, here are all the reason why I bought this is because they have everything you need here to start for the a game or something. It has even 3 missions, and you can see the where I need to copy the Strike Force Deathstorm. This is all you need to have for that from book, and Badonian Annihilation Swarm. Please forgive me for butchering that, but it has on the rules, and it has like 3 missions for the game. So, and it tells you where the characters and each individual squads and what weapon systems they have. So this is 7th edition rule before we turn into 8th edition, all that stuff. So template weapons are here, so if you remember that. And this is only the force. The reason why I chose this thing because the force in this one is pretty small and it's reasonable. As you can see, everything of these armies are, you can probably see from combat patrols or boarding action, but they're no longer around. If you get lucky and you still have a stuff in there, I recommend you work on them for stuff. And here are the Children of Cryptus and the Padonian Hive Warriors. So as you can see, this is what you're gonna get for this book. Has the weapon stats down below and weapons profile for basically for 7th edition fighting. So this is perfect for people who want to play the yesteryears of 40k. And I think that's the end of this thing. So this is the guide am using to make sure my army stuff. So since I never bought the starter set, I was lucky to get this little book in eBay, so for a cheap price. And this is the guide I'm using. As for the army, I need to assemble everything, and I need to get this completed, and the first thing I need to do is collect the appropriate miniatures. So I have to get them individually. Luckily, I got lucky. So let's check them out and see the progress. Over here is my Blood Angels starter set that I am gonna have to use for the Deathstorm starter set that's no longer available. So this is what I did, and over the years I collected them from eBay, and as you can see, the seller already primed them and some bases on them for these Terminators. But I decided to chop off the assault cannon and magnetize them with a extra spare of flamer weapon for them. So one of them is magnetized. So that's how my Terminators are. Still need to paint them though, since the guy already primed them. And this is the thing that I got from the eBay. The rest I have to assemble using the debt companies that it's no longer sold a lot. It's very rare because of the new codex system. The Terminators, and those are the units that came into the Deathstorm campaign supplement. So this is the one I had to buy on the store when they were about to be discontinued. I was lucky to snag a few of them, and that's it. In here are the Tyranids, so I had to assemble the Tyranid force. Most of them I already bought like a few years ago before they were discontinued for the Gene Stealer. But I was lucky to get my hands on the Combat Patrol that was before 10th edition was gonna hit. So I managed to get me some more Tyranids in here. So I'm gonna get me the Warriors in here on that campaign supplement, and I will just add them up. And I already assembled the Gene Stealer cults, and I have the Tyranid Broodlord, and I just needed to assemble them all, and I'll be ready to go. So snagging the entire force over here is not that hard. Yeah, I was able to get me the Tyranid. Carnifex is also in there too, so I was able to add that stuff as part of the campaign, and because that's the force that they have in there. I'm lucky to have a Tyranid Hive Tyrant, so that will be my future project once I start assembling my Tyranid army. And although they're older, I don't care. They're gonna be part of the Tyranid army. I can play them for 10th edition if I want to. And here's the Carnifex, and I already painted this at this point, and I just need to improve on more of their stuff. It's not the identical from whatever when they assembled it, because it was already bought when they assembled it online. So I just painted as much as I can using the paint set skill from the Recruit edition for the 10th edition, and I managed to do that and copy it from here. And here is my Tyranid force for the Deathstorm starter set. I had completed the Padonia Annihilation Swarm. I had finally completed this, and this is all done. And I had painted them up, and I just did everything I can do. So what I get from this is good practice with the Tyranid force for Hive Fleet Leviathan, and doing all the painting and what I see in the book, I just copied it. The HQ choice for the Broodlord, all that stuff, and the Gene Stealers and the Tree Warriors, they weren't that hard to do once I finally got the base painting and just did a lot of washes on them using several GW techniques. So this is gonna be how I do things when I paint my rest of my Tyranid force from Hive Fleet Leviathan. And I'm glad I have a starter army already. Like I said, I will get me the 10th edition Ultimate Starter set because that has more stuff on it compared to the Leviathan. Although the Leviathan has more units on it, uh, the Ultimate Starter set has the structures, and that's another plus side. So I'm gonna get that before the end of the year and add it to my own. I'll be working on my Blood Angels first because it's already almost complete. I already primed them. That reminds me, I need to get me a new primer set because I just ran out. I just used natural um, gray for my primer because it's neutral colors. I use Army Painter. I just spray that stuff off. In the meantime, I'm gonna finish my Blood Angels army as soon as possible so I can finally finish this review. So stay tuned for the next update. Oh, I finally finished this project for the Blood Angels on this Deathstorm starter set, and here are the complete set. This took forever because of the. I didn't realize at that time when I had the Blood Angels, when I got them from the eBay rescue, most of the parts they have are missing. So I had to scrounge up some bits and design a lot of stuff in there to make it tolerable. The the dreadnought, they finally, that was an easy thing, so I just magnetized that thing, and after I painted it, weathered it, and gave it a decal, that's okay. As for the Terminators, these guys are the one has that issue with missing parts because apparently when I bought this, the guy decided to just assemble it the way he wanted, so I have to be stick to that, and I just painted whatever I can and do the decals and do a lot of research on the Blood Angels. Painting red for the Blood Angels is somewhat easy, basic painting, but also a little bit less on their designs. But there's a lot of red, and I do a lot of red on their icon because most of them has like a drop or something for Blood Angels, like a blood. So that was kind of I have to do some different color for the Death Company guys. They are not. It's pretty easy for them because they're pretty much black and red and a little bit of white. So I managed to do that part. But as for the base, I decided to put a mahogany brown on them to symbolize Baal's desert planet. That's gonna be all for my Blood Angels from here on out. And that's how the painting of these things. It took me like a few months, and I also magnetized these units in here, so that's probably took forever and waiting for the parts and doing some more kit bashing. And so I decided to just kit bash and just went all the way from there on. So that finally that I finished this and make sure it's perfectly done. I even had some little extra in there. And like I said, I magnetized several parts on this. As you can see, this Terminator over here has a flame weapon for his design. So that was, I stripped that off and magnetized him. So now he has a chain gun autocannon for different mission profiles. Well, as you can see here, this is the final result. You had seen this already in the intro, and let me show it again. And as you can see, it went well. Special with this backdrop. So, like I said, I got the 10th edition Leviathan set that's from the Ultimate Starter set, and I finally finished painting and assembling them like a few days ago, and I finished painting them weathering, and voila, this is it. So with this setting, I could tell that the Blood Angels are trying to fight off Gene Stealer assault, Tyranid assault, and all that stuff, and they're just doing the ultimate one last act or something, or on a special mission. It could be from that mission from the first set, the one of the missions that came in, but I like to do it like a thematic scene. So as for the painting of the um thing, I already explained everything. So I'm glad I finished this project, the Deathstorm, yeah, the Deathstorm project, the starter set. I finally finished this, even though it had to go through a lot of different ways to do about it. But I'm glad it's off my list. So, and I'm already collecting a few Blood Angels. I already have a chaplain, so I will do a. I think I'm gonna do a firstborn Space Marines of the Blood Angels, because Primaris, I don't like how they're doing right now. They are, it's even the Sanguinary Guard. It's not pretty good, so I don't like the new one. But if I can get me a brand new or just a decent size for the old Sanguinary Guard, I would love that. I have Commander Dante, the updated model, so I can accept that and add him to my troops. But I will get me a Bowel Predator. So and in here, this is all the still shots, so you can enjoy everything you can see here, and for a little bit close up and just for the fun of it. And I'm glad how this project went well, and with the kit bashing also, and I'm impressing how the paints. So I will get me a Ball Predator tank and a few Firstborn Marines, like I said, and I will do a separate video once I have them completed. I already have a Space Marine from the Tactical Marine from the Blood Angels, so that's a good start. And the Chaplain for the Death Company, so that's another good starting army. So all Firstborn for now. So this is Deleon Francis 60 here, signing off, and also have a happy new year as well. And later.